Greetings, guys. Welcome back to Dine and Dreams. It is ṣunfúnmiláyọ, aka Ms.Z. If you would, please make sure that you like and subscribe. I can't stress that enough. Like and subscribe. The more you like, as my partner commented, the more you like, the more I post, okay? Anyway, if you want to book a reading with me, please go to dineanddreams.com. The link will be in the description box along with any other products I have. I will be doing a shop update very soon. We have a few little Spirits of the North divination decks left. I think we still got a couple of bracelets left. I'm not sure. But yes, stay tuned on the website. The link will be in the description box along with the timestamps. I think that's pretty much it for announcements. I wanted to do a reading where I can, throw the bones, because I've been missing to throw the bones, but it does take a lot of energy out of me, so that's why I haven't really been doing them lately. But at this point, I'm like, dang, it's been a minute. So I wanted to do a bone cast on what's coming in for you, okay? So we have some interesting choices today. I went on my way to really find something, which you guys probably have seen the shell before, but this is going to be pile 1. It's still a unique shell, though. Don't sleep on the shell. This is going to be pile 2. This Dogon bracelet, so it's like an antique. And then this is going to be pile number 3, which is a Oshun bell, authentic. And I'll go more into detail on what this means and represents. But yeah, so, or you can say a Yoruba bell. But anyway, so pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Pick which one you are drawn to. Not which one you like, the one you're drawn to, okay? The one that's calling your name. And again, we're going to do a bone cast to see what's coming in for you. What are the ancestor spirits? And the ancestor spirits include everything in nature, okay? From the animals to the birds to our relatives. So we're going to see what they have to say, all right? If you need more time, please pause the video, but we're going to get right into it. Again, timestamps down below. Let's get started. Okay, so for those of you who chose pile 1, all right, so this is interesting, okay? So the first thing the shell wants to communicate, which is always like in the opposite direction where I think it's going to go, the shell represents a voice, okay? And this voice is basically speaking. So the voice says that there's going to be a lot of truth being revealed to you. A lot of things are going to be eye-opening. It could be good truth. It could be bad truth. There really isn't a good or bad. It's just truth, okay? It's just facts. So it's like a lot of things right now are going to be revealed to you. And these are coming through your guides. These are coming through your higher-ups, especially your ancestors. There's just things that are going to be revealed to you at this time. And this is the right time, okay? That's why I said there really isn't good or bad, because I'm seeing truth that's going to be revealed to you about your purpose, where you are in life. I'm also seeing truth surrounding people that you shouldn't be around, deceit, all types of things. So it's like finally, as it was like this, you weren't getting any answers. Now the shell is starting to speak. So this is the time where things are going to be revealed to you. I'm not sure if it's just a New Year resolution or something that you have wanted, but it's like now is the time. So let's get into it a little bit further. Oh, child. Okay. So welcome back. All right. So I just threw the bones. As I've been saying before, I don't like to, shuffle them up on camera anymore. It's not that I don't want you guys with me in the vibrations. It's just that it does get a little bit noisy. So I've been trying to refrain from doing that. But if you guys like it the other way, you can let me know. But anyway, so let's rattle it up for the ancestors. Let me lead through that. All right, so let's dive deep, okay? Some of you are going to need personal readings, okay? Because I'm seeing a lot of things. I didn't expect this much to come out. And this is not my whole bone set, but I didn't expect all this to come out because it's almost near that, okay? Now, for the first thing that's coming up is showing me that you need to be very, very mindful of negative energy, okay? I'm seeing somebody with negative intent. Now, you have a spiritual ancestor that's protecting you, all right? But they say this is a problem. And that's why this person hasn't been able to wish you ill harm. They haven't been able to effectively do this because your ancestors will let you know. But they still have a close eye on you. So it's almost like, you know, we have to look into the owl spirit. I don't like to write the owl spirit off as bad, but the owl spirit is silent. It's a silent watcher, okay? It does things and you don't really know about it. But this ancestor has picked up on it and it's not getting through, okay? So you may be going through a slight difficult time, but it's like you'll transition from this because, again, you've been protected. You are highly protected from this ancestor, but it is still an issue they want you to get rid of, you know? So you may have to do some work to remove whatever negative energy this person has sent to you because they're trying to erupt the foundation, all right? Now you actually have some ancestors that are showing up here too. You have, it's around like a grandmother spirit. It could be a great grandmother, but it's like a grandmother energy. It's an older woman presence. There's also a male presence that would be around the age of like a father figure, okay? That's also surrounding. He speaks on renewal of a relationship. So if you are dating someone, so there's going to be different messages for different people, okay? About, you know, what's coming in, okay? So he speaks of like either planning for a trip or doing something nice for your significant other to restore balance, okay? Even if you're not official, like if you've been having arguments and things like that, he's like saying restore things through good communication and also doing something nice for your partner if you have the availability to do it. Sometimes you don't have to spend money. It's just being kind to another person, okay? Okay, so there's also, this is weird, and you don't have to be religious to pray. You don't have to be religious to, you know, do certain things that you've always done. Some of you are going to have to keep up with your prayers. And even if it's just meditation, even if it's just speaking to the creator, whatever you want to call it, okay, there was something that you were doing that was working. That's what they're saying. They say a lot of this chaos and stuff comes from you not sticking to that. So more chaos follows that. So in order to like nip this in the bud, make sure that you're consistent with your rituals, okay? And make sure that you pray for your ancestors as well too. They appreciate that. Now, okay. This will be, let me see. So you have great grandparents. Hear that again. Great. Not your great grandparents, but great grandparents. There's both of them here, okay? And there's some things passed down from them directly. One of them was really connected to like a water energy, a water spirit or something like that. Interestingly enough. Now the other, on the flip side of this, it also could be that the ancestor was very gifted or intuitive, but how they did it, because I'm seeing that it also ties into the religious factor of things. They may not have been able to express how spiritual they were, but they knew how to heal with water, okay? So even, you know, even church people, they can heal with water. They can sprinkle water. They can bless homes and things like that. It's the same stuff, okay? So whether they were spiritual or religious, it does not matter. They were able to heal with water. They still work with a water spirit. So this is something that's being passed down to you, and they want you to keep up with these traditions, okay? They want you to keep up with prayer, keep up with the water healing that you're able to do. This was already revealed to you. They say this was already revealed to you. Why are you not doing anything with it? This will serve you later, okay? I know it's what's coming in for you now, but what's coming into you now is something that you already have. You're just not working with it, and they're speaking on you working with this energy. They're also speaking on money opportunities coming in as well too. They speak of lack of confidence, you know, it's not gonna serve you anymore. It never serves anybody, but it's just like they're really pointing this out with you. There's some major events that are gonna happen. Okay, so they're telling you to keep hope where you've lost faith, especially when it comes to your career or your life purpose. They're speaking on a major event coming, something that's gonna shine a light on you. Yes, like everything that you've been doing up until this point is gonna make sense. Okay, yeah, they're talking about continuing to have hope, because you're really good at sensing things. You're really good at knowing when something is coming ahead of time. But lately you haven't been keeping faith in a lot of things. So they're going to show you something. There's going to be a major event. Maybe you get an interview. Maybe you get something that calls out your gifts or something like that. It's going to be something to the effect that deals with your career or your life purpose. But it's going to be a major event that transforms things, because you've been kind of either losing hope or getting drained with what you're doing. So it's like something's going to come and show itself to you, to where you feel confident in what you're doing again. You're going to realign yourself with your purpose. Some of you already know your purpose. It's just like you need to realign yourself again. That this is where you need to be. Yeah, because I'm seeing fertility. And the haters are trying to stop this. Let me tell you that. The haters are trying to stop fertility for you, which means blessings, abundance, and birth. All of those things they're trying to get rid of. But you have an army behind you. Because the wolf spirit speaks on this. Like, you have family surrounding you, especially in the ancestral realm, that protects this from you. But you can't give up hope, because that's what they're waiting on. That's what they want for you to do. All right? They speak on gifts being passed down. And you're actually going to pick up on some more gifts too. It's just going to come through some changes that are going to be made in your life. So this means that you're going to be strengthening some of your spiritual gifts that you've been lacking in. Okay? Maybe, let me say this. Maybe you're good at reading the present energy, but you can't look deeply into the past. Well, this year, you're going to be looking deeply into the past. Maybe you're kind of intuitive, but, you know, you can't predict the future. Well, this year, you're going to be working on predicting the future. Maybe you're good at all three of those things, but you lack in, like, mediumship. Ooh, okay. That's weird. Like something turned on by itself. Okay. So the Spirit's going to be shocking you with a lot of things that's going to be going on. So you're going to go through a spiritual training. And what else? Because I don't want to carry on too long. Bone readings can get deep, okay? They speak on a heavy balance that's needed in your life. And yes, somebody's speaking very negatively. All right? So you really need to get the fakes out your circle, or, you know, if you don't know who it is, you still need to do something to remove that energy. But they show things that you're working hard on. You need to be able to ask your partner or whoever you have relationships with, even friendships, there needs to be a balance in this. Now, I'm going to pull a few cards. I wasn't going to pull any cards, but I'm just going to do that for the road. And I don't know. Do I not have that in here? I don't think I have my other cards in here. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm going to pull one from each. Let's do that. What's coming in for them? Why is that Bootsy song in my head? It's just jealousy. Like, everything is going to go good for you. It's just, again, there's just been a lot of negative energy being sent to you. And it's like it's lowering your confidence as well, too. Don't let, you know, the spell work take effect. Look, wealth, legacy, growth, and abundance, all those things are going to come to you. You just have to be consistent in your life. Because I see a lot of things, you know, taking a turn for you. Looking up for you. But you have to be consistent, okay? What's coming in? Let me see. final card. They say, yeah, and I see that too. You've been feeling restricted. But, you know, you're not. You're going to be on top. Utilize your spiritual tools. Face your insecurities. Get all this weight off your back. You need a vacation, okay? Yeah, spirits are warning you to protect your energy, foundation, relationships, and success. There's something that's targeting these areas in your life. But you have to be responsible with your spiritual development and your consistency, okay? So that things run smooth for you. One last card, I'm moving forward. So some of you are going to be, again, planning a trip. You really need to pay attention to your senses, okay? They're protecting you, as I said, but you need to pay attention to your senses so that you take care of this energy, because there's just a real strong energy there. But it's not going to stop anything. And they also don't want you to get discouraged on your journey. It's just a journey, okay? On a journey, we sometimes drown, sometimes we float, but we're going to make it, right? So it's like, you know, also don't be afraid to take risks in your life. They're talking about a change that needs to happen for you. And it's going to require for you to be open and willing to do things that you have not done before. And I say this all the time. You got an ancestor with a birthday coming up. So pour libations. All right, so that is for pile 1. I hope that you enjoy. Let's go on to pile 2. And hold on one second. I don't think I covered these cards. But you got focus on yourself. And you have this ancestor that looks a little bit determined, right? Well, more than a little bit. Very determined. So it shows like perseverance, getting through things. You're going to overcome any challenges that you have. This is just a motivational card. I guess because I've already said that I didn't pay attention to it, but you also have focus on yourself. Don't worry about others too much right now. Focus on you. You got to have you together before you can help other people. All right, now let's go on to pile 2. All right, so for those of you who chose pile number 2, you chose the Dogon bracelet. Let's give you a good look. Okay, so there's a few messages with this, just as far as what you need to know on this, and then we'll get to what's coming in. So right now, you're on a journey of discovery, self-discovery, and just discovery in general. I see a lot of you feeling out of place in this world, okay? Because you're going to be, how do I explain that? You're going to be looking into a lot of ancient wisdom. You're going to be digging deeper than what most people do. I'm also feeling like there's been some of you who have been having issues with finding ancestry too. That's because you're connected to a lot of things. You really are. You're connected to a lot of things. So you're going to be, and that's honestly for a lot of people nowadays. A lot of people are mixed with so many different things that it's hard to pinpoint just one ancestry for you to focus on. And it's like you're not going to be doing that. You're going to be kind of keeping an open mind and just allowing spirit through, okay? It's not like you're going to pin yourself to one thing, all right? You're going to be open-minded because there's so many spirits that wish to connect to you and so many things that you need to learn this lifetime, okay? So let's see what's coming in. Okay, so this reading is going to jump into different places, so you can just take, I hate to say that, take what resonates, because I don't ever say shit like that. But anyway, you know, you just kind of go with the flow. Because for those of you who picked this pile, it's very spiritual, but it also speaks on a little bit of general life, okay? So right now, I see there's and this might be for a few small of you, but very few of you, excuse me. You might have invested in something that you felt like it's kind of a waste of time, or you know, you didn't get back what you wanted from that investment. But spirits say that it's still a seed. So it's like a metaphor, like you planted the seed and it's still growing. No, it may not have risen out the grass, or it may not have, you know, grown into a beautiful tree yet, but it's still growing. So it's like you can't give up hope on the things that you've invested time and energy into. Because I'm seeing major investments made in something. Like you've invested in something and now you're losing confidence in it. Rather it was a career plan, rather it was something with spirituality, I'm not sure. But it's something that you invested your energy into, and it's like you're kind of like, you know, what was the point and all that? Why did I spend this many years doing that and it didn't get me anywhere? But they're saying that it's still growing. Like you can't see it, but it's still growing. It's still going to serve you in the future. So there's a female ancestral spirit on the father side. This spirit is kind of proud of your independence, but I also see good things coming in relationships too. Like there's an approval of a relationship as well too. So maybe there's a marriage coming or a proposal coming. But they're proud of the independence that you have. Like you know how to separate yourself to, you know, and you may feel guilty. That's what I'm hearing. You might have felt guilty about separating yourself from people in order for you to level up. But that's okay. You have to do what you need to do for you. And again, back to the creativity part of things and things that you've invested your energy into. I also see where if something doesn't go right with you creatively, it's kind of like you may lose all your creative spark, or you'll start to have creative block. Okay, this is because you're giving up on the things that you've invested your energy into, and you can't do that. All right, they're saying it'll work out. Like it'll be fine. You have to wait. You have to be patient for things to make sense. You have to be patient for things to grow. So if you started a business or something like that, give it time. If you tried something new in your business, give it time. Because it's like if nobody's paying attention to it, this is also if you are a social media influencer, like you may put up a picture and you feel like you didn't get that many likes, so you know you're just gonna take it down. Like they're saying stop doing that. Like you are a very talented person and you underestimate who's watching you and who's paying attention to the stuff that you're doing. You have to have faith in it even if nobody else does. Now some of you still have ancestry to research, especially with you picking, you know, the tribal bracelet. Basically, like there's some deep answer, there's some deep history with your ancestors that goes a lot deeper than what you're thinking. Okay. It may feel like you continue to start over on your spiritual journey plenty of times, but that's okay because again, you're getting deeper and deeper as you go. You're not done with your veneration work, your ancestor veneration, and raising some of these ancestors up, because once you hit a certain level, you go even deeper to find more ancestors that need you and that want their tribal things to be spoken about is what I'm getting, okay? And it really comes in from the father side is what I'm seeing. There's some ancestors on the father side that you need to look into. What were their customs? What was their spirituality? So in this pile, this is just a message. I'm also seeing that you are very protected. You actually have, like warrior spirit ancestors, but you don't petition to them a lot. So I think that you should start doing that to protect your foundation. Like you need to work with more of your ancestors who will fight for you, if something's going down. Because they say that you feel unprotected, but you're not asking them, you're not petitioning for their help that much, okay? Maybe that you need to connect to them. Because they're talking about you needing to utilize your resources that you have. You actually wouldn't even have to go to any any big deity or, you know, something outside of your ancestors, because I mean they're very, very powerful. These are ancestors who were in the bush. That's what I'm hearing. These are ancestors who were in the bush. They had a divine connection to nature. Divine connection to nature. So it's like they could call on the rain if they wanted to. This is how deep your ancestry runs. I think you don't know about it, or maybe you do. But it's like you really don't have to go outside of your ancestors. It's in your DNA. It's in your bloodline. You know? You can do these same things. So it's like you don't really have to do anything fancy to be heard or to get things to move around you. Those type of things. Now let's pull, which I could go a little bit deeper, but I'm going to pull some cards so we don't be on this too long. There is a great-grandfather that's speaking on you having patience. Like, keep working on the things that you're working on and having patience. This is a very stern ancestor. Stop giving up on the things that you putting energy into. Okay, let's see what's coming in. There's going to be some things that you're going to have to give up to. And I feel like it deals with pride and ego. Ooh, okay. So you got somebody jealous of you. Abuse. Ooh, okay. How's everybody getting stuff like this? Okay. So there's some ancestors that you're going to be, like I said, you are just going to be doing a lot of research, because there's some ancestors that still want to be remembered. Also, you have hearing messages beyond this realm. Spirit, speak to me. So they're speaking to you. Like, this is why you chose this one. I mean, it's just a very ancestral pal. I mean, with the one you chose. There are ancestors deep down. Like, I don't know how to express that. They're just way back in your ancestry. Way, way back. Okay? And they want to be heard. Like, you can still hear their voices. So there's some work to be done. Some ancestral work. And it's going to pay off in the long run. Because they're going to help you on your path. You're also going to find out information that you can pass on to other generations. Okay? Because there were some things, there were some talents, some gifts that were left behind in the past. So they want them to be brought back up. I'm also seeing that you're going to use this. For some of you who have spiritual businesses, you're going to use these recipes and things that haven't been used in ancient years. You're going to bring those things back. Okay? You may even have, you know, some of you might be into antiques or vintage things. And this is the reason for that. There's a need to go back. It's driving you to go back, to bring that back here. And it's going to bring you a lot of abundance. Okay? Now, speaking of which... There's somebody that's sitting that, I don't like saying the evil eye, but they're definitely, you know, they want you to think that things aren't in alignment for you. And I'm like, why is it that because you got Protect Your Foundation coming out too. Like, they don't want you to continue forward with your goals. They also want you to light a candle to send this energy back, okay? And welcome to change. There's some people that have been released from your life. They need to go ahead on. Let them go, okay? I keep saying that. Let them go. All right, so that's for pile 2. Let's go on to pile number 3. All right, last but not least, my pile number 3, you picked the Oshun bell. And so this has a really big story behind it, and it's actually not the one that I use. I use this one. And as you can hear, this one doesn't ring right. So, but I'm gonna get into the meaning of things for you. What's coming in for pile number 3? Acceptance. Acceptance of self. Okay? So for this one, it's like you could do a lot of things to try to fit in, you know, with other people. But you're gonna have your own lane. You're gonna make your own big legacy. You're gonna have your own big name. Like, there is no need for you to try to fit into spaces when you're bigger than that. Okay? You're trying to fit into this little tiny box, and it's like you're too big. So there's gonna be a lot of elevation for you in the next coming months. Actually, if it's not already started, it's gonna be really, really soon, where you're gonna start to realize who you are. They say you can put on all the regalia, all this, all that, and you can look the part all day. But who you truly are is always going to shine through. And it's bigger than what you're trying to look like, okay? So basically, you could present yourself a certain way. And it's like, you know, your ancestors just look at that and they laugh, because they say, ha ha ha, you doing that. But at the end of the day, you even bigger than that. So it's like you may try to fit yourself into too many boxes. Because even though this bell looks good on the outside, it doesn't ring. It doesn't ring like it's supposed to, you know. So I really feel like this pile, you're going to find yourself. You're going to find your path. You're going to find out where you fit in, all right? And it's going to be more than just what you think it's going to be. So let's get into this. Yeah, this is my pile that's going to be a very special pile, okay? They say that you're still attaching your purpose to other attachments. I don't know how to explain that. It's like, you know, you have this big divine purpose, but you could limit it by being near other people, okay? You could try to just compress your purpose down, and they're like, don't do that. Like, the weird thing is, I've been separated from people a few times because, again, I wouldn't be as big as I am now, or even have gotten any bigger if I had just been under that person's shadow. So it's like, you know, your purpose is so big that you can't be in somebody's shadow. So they're saying that certain relationships did come into your life for a reason. It's not that it didn't, but you shouldn't attach yourself to so many people. Okay? Now, like I said, you're going to have friends and things like that, so don't worry about that. It's just, I see attachment. And attachment in some way is kind of holding you back. So it's like you got to release that too. Be willing to go on this individual path. They say you can, you know, have friends, you can laugh, you can do this, you can do that. But be willing. Know when it's time to walk alone. Know when it's time to go on your own. Because this abundance is going to be for you and your family alone. It's not going to be something that's going to be shared. Handouts. Okay, maybe they want me to speak on that because I just popped that. All right. They speak on also, there's a need for, you know, and you have a chief spirit that's protecting you. A chief spirit. Let me just say that. Okay? That's keeping gossip away from you. Ooh, and there's a long lineage of you. Keep connecting to your ancestors. Keep connecting to your ancestors. It's really, really protecting you. That's all I can say on that. But they're talking about you getting organized in your life. Make sure that you make this a priority. This is a timeless reading, but if you're watching this at the beginning of the year, make sure that you get organized as a priority, because you're going to miss money not being organized. Not knowing where your money going. Not knowing where the subscriptions are going. Like, really watch your money, okay? Because you're going to be very abundant. Now, Spirit is speaking on to a very few of you, you know, very specific. So it's not going to apply to everybody that picked this pile. If you've been having dreams about either negative energy or some type of sickness to your family, you want to cleanse that out. You have these dreams for a reason. You have dreams concerning your immediate family or somebody that you're living with. These dreams are being sent to you by an elder. It's like a great grandparent, okay? So like a third great grandparent. It's an elder that watches over. But they concern the entire family, so they send you dreams, all right? And this is your confirmation if you've been wondering, have I been dreaming? You know, are my dreams correct? This, that, the third. You would do probably good to get even dream interpretation every now and then, but you're very good at that. So they're saying pay attention to the dreams I'm sending you about your surroundings, the people that you love. You know, of course you have to interpret them, but they're accurate. And it also gives you a heads up in the spiritual realm what you need to do. So you asking what's coming in this reading. This spirit is telling me that you already know because of your dreams and the visions that you have. Your dreams are so good that you probably wouldn't even need a reading like that because of like the direct communication that comes to you. Now it's very specific because I know everybody don't dream. Well, everybody dreams, but a lot of people don't remember their dreams. So it's like, you know, this is directed towards the people who have just started to remember their dreams, or, you know, you constantly dream. Okay. This has been every pile. Okay. So there is some negative energy being sent to you based on, you know, your career goals and your destiny and your dreams. Somebody doesn't want you to get really big. They don't. Okay. But you have your own, you know, spirits. Like you have your own set of magic that's passed down to you. So you could wipe this off the mat if you wanted to. But yeah, they don't want you getting big. They don't want you being noticed. And they definitely watch your success. Now, if I had to be honest, they probably watch, you know, how many dollars come to you. I don't know if you make it, you know, known how much money you make it, or if there's a way to find out. But this is a person that would know something like that. Some of you are really good at picking up on spiritual energy or spirits or something like that. Okay. Now, let's see. Yeah, you have, because it's both of them. You have great grandparents, and you also have like great grandparents. Okay. So anyway, yeah, you've been restricting yourself too much, and it's really all in your head. They say you need to get out of your head. They're also showing me a lot on your plate. So you're going to start speaking up about this, okay? Yeah, they say your prayers are going to be heard. And the coming months, you're going to see some changes where it's not all on your plate. Let's go ahead and wrap up. Let me get a few cards. We live by rituals and prayers. Yes. Your word is very powerful. So don't feel like you're not being heard. Spirit's just moving things around so that it can be in alignment to where you can take this break that you desperately need. Okay. I just see that everything is eventually going to fall on top of you. But if everything falls down, you can rebuild it up on a better foundation. Okay. Some of you are going to be really careful. If you pick up a job, be really careful about the hours that you pick up. If you pick up more work in your business, be really careful about that, because they don't want you straining yourself. I don't speak on health issues, but I have to speak on it if it shows up, okay? Spiritually, in a spiritual way. You know, they're speaking on watching your health. And it could be somebody in the family too, okay? But they're showing dreams, communication through dreams about everything that's going on with you. Move forward, maintain focus. And what did I say? Your foundation being stable and secure. This is going to start getting it back into alignment for you. And they say you don't have to restrict yourself to anything. No dogma, no this, no that. Not one company. You know, just because they're making you feel bad about moving on. Don't restrict yourself. If you're doing one career goal and you feel like, well, you know, I'll be neglecting this if I go on to something else. They're saying no. in the coming months, there's something that's going to be even bigger than that. Like, you just keep trying to limit yourself, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work because you have so much to look forward to this lifetime. You can't limit yourself. You just can't do it. All right? You're going to be fighting with yourself. They say relax. Wealth is going to come. I don't know if you've been singing it lately, but you do need to do some planning. But there's going to be a lot of money coming to you, and it's going to be sourced through different streams of income. So just understand that. But your foundation has to be secure in order for the doors to open on that. The ancestors are going to keep the doors closed until you figure out how to work this money thing out, okay? All right, so that is the reading. I hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.